what's up guys? Welcome to episode number 15 of our Islanders GMO. So in last episode we did the free agency, we did the NHL draft, I believe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So basically the off season. But anyways, so one thing that was stupid, there was a glitch though, and we ended up losing not Michael Dalcoli, but I just got him because he's on the screen right now, but what's his name? We lost Calvin DeHaan in free agency. Reason being is I went advanced day, but for some reason there was a glitch and it simulated all the way past, like all the way to mid-July, so we didn't get as good free agent signings as we wanted to and that sort of stuff, but our team looks still pretty good even with the loss. So first line, Dalcoli, Tavares, and Strome, 86, 93, and then 87. Second line, Shane Prince is now listed as a second line forward, so 84, 86, 85. We have Matthew Tkachuk here with Barzal and Hosang, and 83, 84, 83. So pretty good young third line. And our fourth line, these guys might complain about their ice time, like Bailey and Carlson, because they're listed as third line players. But it's an 83, 82, 83. So that's that. And in our defensive core, we got Savard with Hamonic, Leddy with Gunnarsson, who we signed in free agency, who is an 84 actually, so that's not too bad. So yeah, he's there. And then we have Ryan Pulock. Actually, we're going to change that. So yeah, Pulock with Leddy. And then we have Palak with Gunnarsson. And in goalies, we have Soderstrom and Kemper because we released Yaroslav Halak. So yeah, Soderstrom jumped up to an 84, but he's listed still as a backup goalie, but that's still pretty good. And scratched is our depth guys. So we have Sundstrom, who's listed as a minor scoring forward, Radulov, minor scoring forward, and Marchessault, who's a depth forward. AHL wise, I had to send some people down. So Kuhlman and Frolik are down there because they're dropping off, and they only have 1 year left on their deals. So they're down there in the minors playing with Anthony Beauvillier. And then they also have Winquist with Velarde, who is our first round pick back in 2017, with Babenko, Kobusk, Quinn, and Andronov, Koivula, Verhage, and Floric. And then on defense, we got Parker Wilderspoon, who might make the team next year, with Scott Mayfield, David Quinville with Matt Finn, Van de Sumpel with Tarasov, who hadn't grown during that offseason, so not very good. And in our goaltending, we have Gibson and Arnold. Arnold is the one that the computer signed for us, a medium backup and 22 years of age. So Arnold's actually could be our future backup because Gibson is a bit older now, so he might not grow much more. But Arnold's could be actually our NHL backup goalie eventually, like maybe next season even for that matter. And then we just release Darcy Kemper. But yeah, so that's what our team looks like currently. So yeah, we're going to go on to the preseason, see how we do in the preseason, and see if we need to make any line changes. If not, then we'll start up the season simulation right away. So we have 7 preseason games as usual, all against Metropolitan Division teams, it looks like. So edit scouting assignments. So let's send out our scout to, let's see, let's go to QMJHL for forwards for a month. But we're probably gonna have to eventually, like in future years, like I don't know how many years, we're gonna have to get rid of young players because we have a lot of good young players right now. But like eventually they're gonna want more ice time. Like we might have to get rid of Shane Prince because he's listed as a second line forward, but he's 26, and eventually like players like Matthew Tkachuk might take over that role in that line. So after the preseason, we are, once this game finishes simulating, it's taking its time, and salary compliant, yeah, I know that. So in the preseason, we went 4-2-1, pretty decent. Yeah, at least it was a winning record, but doesn't really matter during the preseason. Let's just check who got points for us during that preseason. So John Tavares, Ryan Strome, Elias Lindholm, and even Matthew Barzal, all 7 points in 7 games, so that's very nice. David Savard had 6. Nelson, Carlson, Prince, and Dalcoli had 5 points. Hamnick and Hosang had 4. Bailey, Gunnarsson, Bailey and Gunnarsson 3 points. Tkachuk, Cizikas, and Leddy 2 points. And then Pulock and Pelech with 1 point. So everybody on the team had a point in the preseason, which is very nice. Goaltending wise, Darcy Kemper played very, very well. 3-0-1 with a 106 goals against average, 5 goals in 5 games, 962 save percentage, while Linus Soderstrom had a 4.5 goals against average, 1-2-0. So I think I might make Darcy Kemper our starting goalie this year, and Soderstrom could be the backup because Soderstrom, he's still listed as that backup goalie and he hasn't fully grown yet. So, and if we had him as a starter, maybe he wouldn't be very good in his first year. I don't know, but yeah. So we're gonna just make that minor change before the season starts. And our first game of the season's up against the Calgary Flames, so I'm gonna slow sim that game because the fact I think Andrew Ladd should still be in Calgary. And then, yeah, it's basically Tkachuk versus his old team and Ladd versus us and his old team. So, yeah, let's just go like that. I think that would work as putting Kemper as the starter. Hopefully that does. And hopefully Darcy Kemper plays very well like he did during the preseason. If he starts to play bad, maybe we'll put Soderstrom as a starter. But, yeah, so that's the preseason. And, yeah. Let's see. First game is up against Calgary. They went 2-4-0 in the preseason. I guess the Western Conference teams only get 6 games to play, not as much. And Calgary starts off 1-0. So hopefully we can go 1-0 and make them 1-1 or 1-0-1 in our first game of the season. So yeah, I'll slow sim this one, and yeah, see how it goes, and then we'll start quick simming all the rest of the games pretty much. We'll probably only do up to January 1st again in this episode. So John Tavares opens up the scoring, so the captain getting it done. We're getting outshot 13-8, but it's a 1-0 lead for your New York Islanders. Second period, still 1-0. So Darcy Kemper's playing pretty good in this first game if he's in net. He's made 24 saves so far going into the third period. So guys, let's just keep it up. But let's get more shots and more goals. That would be nice. And Sean Monahan ties it up, but Brock Nelson gets the lead right back. So yeah, so at least Darcy Kemper seems to still be playing pretty decent, which is good. Brock Nelson, who's on the second line, gets his first goal of the season as well. And late and power play, maybe empty netter, Adam Pelech puts up I think that's his first NHL goal. So a 3-1 win in the first game of the season against the Calgary Flames. So Tavares from Dal Colle and Leddy, Nelson from Prince and Lindholm, and Adam Pelech from Nelson and Prince. So Prince had a 2-assist game and Nelson had a goal and assist. So pretty good first game of the season. And Darcy Kemper played very well, 30 saves in his first game of the season. So also I guess I could check eventually where Halak and Dahan signed, just so you guys can see where our old players signed. So let's just sim up to the next game and then we'll check, because maybe they have played by now. If they haven't, then it doesn't really matter, but let's just see where those guys signed, because I'm kind of curious myself where they signed. So we're going to go to the entire league. So we'll start off with Calvin DeHaans, though. So sort by alphabetical order. So at least this shouldn't take too long, because DeHaan should be closer to the top. Cal Clutterbuck, where is he? I just saw him. So Cal Clutterbuck's actually in Montreal, so that's where he signed when he went there. How long? He's there for 1 more year at 2.205. Okay, interesting. So whenever we play Montreal, we're playing against Cal Clutterbuck. Let's see. So DeHaan, yeah, we probably just passed him. Where is he? Maybe he hasn't even played yet. Or he's a depth guy for a team. So yeah, I don't know where DeHaan is. Maybe his team hasn't played yet. But yeah, let's go goalies. Just see if Halak's played yet. So sort by alphabetical order again. So Halak has not played yet either. Thomas Greiss is in Washington. So that's another one of our old players. Thomas Greiss, Washington. 83 overall still. So he's not dropped really that much, but not too bad for him to sign with a team like the Washington Capitals. So I guess we'll look at the end of the month again and see if we could find them and see if they put up any points with their new clubs. So yeah, let's go up to game against Washington. Let's go up to the 1st of November, which is actually tomorrow in real life, so that's kind of funny. So 8-2 win over the Canucks, so a very nice offensive performance in that game, but then we lose 3-2 to the Sharks. So it looks like our offense is getting it done, and our goaltending is not too bad so far. Well, okay, spoke too soon. 5-2 loss against Carolina. So that's basically 8 goals allowed in 2 games. So I don't think Kemper would have been in for both of those games, but who knows? Maybe one of them was Soderstrom, one was Kemper. I don't know. So it's a good year for rookies apparently at the draft again this year. So if we don't make the playoffs, at least we're getting a pretty good prospect probably. So there's 3 straight losses after a good 2-0 start. Game against Washington and Thomas Greiss. So let's see, 6-2 win, nice. I don't know if Greiss was in that game or what, but game against Carolina, Nick Bonino's team, 4-3 loss. So we're 3 from 4 so far, and a game against Boston we win. So first 8 games we're 4-4-0, which is not too bad. At least it's 500. A lot more regulation losses than I'd like, but not too bad. Our division looks pretty good so far too, so it's not the best. So let's just check our player stats for that first little bit as well. So in 8 games, Reinstrom's already got 12 points and 7 goals, so very good start for him. Michael Dalcoli finishing or continue where he left off last season with 9 points, 8 games. Same with John Tavares. So the first line's playing very well. Matthew Barzal, Josh Ho-Sang, Shane Prince, second and third line pretty much getting points as well. Matthew Tkachuk has 2 points already for us. So yeah, pretty much everybody's already got a point on the team, which is very nice to see. Because usually some players don't get points on the team. And goaltending so far, Soderstrom's played 6 games, and he's not playing good at all. 20 goals already he's allowed. So, but look at Darcy Kemper, 1.45 goals against average, and he's only on 3 goals. So yeah, I think we need to make Kemper our starter. I guess we didn't make him our starter. We'll quickly do that, and then we'll go check where Halak and our other guy in Dahan have signed. And then we'll also just look and see if there's been any transactions early into the season. Probably not, but might as well check anyways. So goaltending, let's just click Kemper. I guess we made him backup by accident instead, so we'll go change the current line. So there you go. So Kemper is the starter, hopefully now. And hopefully the computer doesn't change the lines too much. Let's see. So yeah, let's just check first if there's been any transactions, I guess. It's the signings. So Philadelphia signed Claude Delbach, so that's just one of the things. And no trades so far. So we'll continue similarly in a second. Just gotta check, obviously, where Halak and Dahan is. Just because, like, if we play whatever team it is in the playoffs, it'd be kind of funny if, yeah, one of them was, like, still on the team then, obviously. So let's go to entire league and sort again by alphabetical order. So going all the way down. And Nick Bonino's got 10 points in 11 games, so might have been a bad trade to get rid of Bonino, but he's playing good in Carolina. So I don't mind him playing good in Carolina, even though Carolina is one of those teams that we're going to be playing against a lot. So yeah, let's see, Dahan. Where the heck is Dahan? Yeah, it looks like Dahan hasn't even played yet. Ryan Dzingel. Yeah, let's see, look, he hasn't even played yet, it looks like, unless he's in the AHL, which I don't know why they would put him in the AHL. He might be just a scratched player. But yeah, I guess we won't know what team he plays for until he actually starts playing, if he plays at all this season. Or if he even signed with the team. Maybe we just missed him and we didn't sign him. So let's sort again by alphabetical order. So Yaroslav Halak is in Nashville. So he moved to the Western Conference at least. So if we have to play Nashville in the Stanley Cup Finals, if we go to the Stanley Cup Finals, yeah, that's who we'll be up against. So Halak has played 2 games so far, 1.08 goals against average, and he's 0-0-1, 967 save percentage. He's only allowed 1 goal. So, but he's probably the backup in Nashville. I don't know, maybe he's a starter, who knows. But yeah, so I don't mind still letting go of Yaroslav Halak because in fact Soderstrom's growing, so Yeah, let's sum up to this Toronto game because I also wanted to check Toronto's lines and see if they are playing Nolan Patrick on the first line or if they're playing Austin Matthews on the first line because both of them are center guys, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see that. So to start November, where we've won one and we've lost 2 in a row now. Both of the Flyers. Game against Edmonton is a loss, so 5-7-0. So hopefully we don't drop too much behind 500. Game against the Devils, 4-3 win, so we're 6-7. And game against Arizona, let's see, and 5-0 shutout. So we're 7-7-0 here in the middle of the month, which is not bad, but still a lot of regulation wins or losses, my bad. So yeah, let's just quickly check Toronto's lineup just because I'm curious to see if Nolan Patrick's playing, considering he was their first overall pick, or not first overall pick, but first round pick back in year number 1. So, and this is year number 4 now, so he could be on the team by now. Let's see, edit lines, and then view opponents once it comes up. So view opponents, let's see. So no, it doesn't look like he's in the lineup yet. Maybe he's still growing in the AHL. But so yeah, Austin Matthews captain. They still have a lot of good youngsters on this team, and I guess they signed David Perron in free agency one of the years. So yeah, their team is definitely looking good. I'd expect them to make the playoffs. But yeah, so it's kind of weird that Nolan Patrick hasn't made the team yet, but he's probably in the AHL growing a bit, maybe. Who knows? Because he was 18 at the draft, I'd assume. So, yeah, so let's just simulate up to the end of the month, considering we just simmed 15 up to the 15th. Let's sim up to the 30th. So, game against Toronto is a overtime win, so that's 3 straight wins. That's nice, boys. Game against the Dallas Stars, and scouting assignment gets in the way, so we can't tell if we won yet. Let's go to the WHL since we've scouted the other places in Canada. There's another win, 4 wins in a row, 5-3 win over Dallas, and a 4-3 shootout win over Detroit. So we've won 5 in a row now, which is nice. And Adam Pelech, our top 6 defenseman, gets injured, so that's not very good considering we don't really have a depth defender on the team. But who's scratched? So who's the best defensive stats out of these scratched guys? Looks like Marchessault, because he's got 3.5. Yeah, he's got 83. So Marchessault, you're gonna play depth defense for us because you got the good defensive stats. It's another game against Toronto, an 8-3 loss. So our winning streak comes to an end, but we're still 10-8-0. Game against the Bruins, who have not been playing good this season, and we win 2-1, and then we lose 5-0 to Tampa Bay Lightning. So Adam Pelech is back from his little injury that he had, and Marchessault grew to an 81. It's kind of funny. It's probably because of ice time. I don't know. So Adam Pelech back to the top 6 defensive pairing with Carl Gunnarsson. Another game against the Caps is a loss, so we've lost 2 in a row now. We're 11-10-0. Game against Florida is a win, so we're 12-10-0. And last game of the month, we'll go up to the 1st just so we could see. Against Washington as well. And let's see, it's going to be a win, 3-2. Nice. So up here at December 1st, we're 13-10-0. We're just out of the playoffs, actually, just behind the Caps, so it's good that we got 2 wins against them. Quickly just going to save, just because I don't want to lose this file, because I haven't actually saved in a while. So, let's see. Yeah, let's just check if there's been any transactions, and then we'll check the player stats up here so far. So player pick and trading, there hasn't been any trades, and there's been 2 free agent signings. Philadelphia also signed Rocco Grimaldi, and Matthew Messina signed with the Chicago Blackhawks. So that's the only free agent signings there's been. Yeah, let's just check our player stats and how our team's been performing up here at December 1st. So John Tavares once again leading the team and said 26 points, Dal Coley 25. Strome kind of dropped off a bit after that hot start. He's got 22 points still though. Josh Hosing's got 16 points. Princess got 14, Barzal 12, Nelson 12, Letty 12, David Savard 12. So it looks like everybody's still putting up good numbers on our team. The only one who hasn't is Jonathan Marchessault, who played one game as a depth player, I believe. I don't even know how much. But Hamonic's playing better this season. It looks like 3 points so far in his first 23 games. Still not very good for him. Let's just check the plus minus. So it looks like we have a lot of minus players on our team. Like more is so in the bottom 6, which means the middle kind of like the second line and the third line seem to be the most minus. So we might need to change up the lines a bit for those ones, but that doesn't matter too much. How's their goaltending been playing? So Kemper's played less games actually now, but so far Soderstrom's actually now the better goalie. Soderstrom's got 17 games played, 2.85 goals against average, and a 901 save percentage. But Kemper just hasn't been playing as good. He's got 4-3, so he's got a winning record, but a 3.33 goals against average in 8 games with an 895 save percentage. So I don't know how we're making the playoffs currently, or we're almost in the playoffs. But also, let's just check our team stats for the first, not half of the season, but first a little bit. So in goals for per game average, we are the second best scoring team in the league, just barely the second. We're almost first. So we're scoring a lot of goals, which is very nice. Goals against per game average, actually. Are we allowing too much? I don't even know where we are, so probably around the middle. Power play percentage, we're the best power play in the entire league, 29.6%. So we're basically 21 for 71, but that's very good. We're the first best power play, just above the Washington Capitals. So that's very nice. Penalty kill. Our penalty kill is one of the worst in the league, I think. Yeah, one of the worst in the league. So looks like right now our power play has been carrying us as of lately, which is not too bad, I guess. So yeah, that's gonna do that. So yeah, I think, let's just see. Yeah, we checked that already. So yeah, I guess that's gonna do it, guys, for this episode of our GM mode. So we'll see you guys up here with more episodes starting next week when we simulate up to the trade deadline and probably make a trade or two if we need to. And yeah, so see you guys next time.